Oh, apologies. Percy lets go of the hug and I can breathe again. I'm a bit rusty myself, it's okay. Rusty? You seem more the lion than the Tin Man. We can take this at whatever pace you want. Rusty, you seem more the lion than the Tin Man. Rusty, do I need an oil can? Although I'd say you've clearly got a heart, so you can't be the Tin Man. Wouldn't mind a replacement heart, actually. I could reasonably be the Tin Man. Okay, that metaphor got a bit away from me. Sorry. It's quite fine, Hark. I really like the way he says, The voice actor, man, he's got this guy down pat. It's quite fine, Hark. I've learned to joke about my condition. I mean, you've literally just got to laugh, haven't you? Well, laugh or cry, I suppose. I've done my fair share of both. But tonight, it's strictly laughter and smiles. I'll have none of the other, thank you. It's still a bit weird, the way he casually talks about his death sentence. Seeing my discomfort, Percy catches my eye, before my gaze can slide away comfortably. I suppose you could celebrate with libations and revelry, but I did have plans, didn't I? Come, Hark, let's walk a ways. He offers me his hand, all gentleman-like, and I accept. Soon we're walking slowly, strolling, even down the evening boardwalk. I'm not sure where he's leading me, and he seems content to stay hush-hush about it. Actually, is he going anywhere in particular? He said he had evening plans, but doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry to get wherever it is we're going. Are we going north or south? Is this a trip to Canada or Mexico? Hey, hold up, where are we going? Stay quiet. Are we going north or south? Is this a trip to Canada or Mexico? Are we planning to stop anytime soon, or should I run back home and get my passport? No need. Good, cause I don't actually have a passport. A pity, I'd love to take you back to England at some point. But for now, just breathe it in. The still and quiet of the night air. For Percy, I would totes get a passport. Yeah, I would love to spend... We definitely... That's a need. That's a must. To go fly with him to England within these next year. Within the next 6 months. The still and quiet of the night's air. It's not that still and quiet. The boardwalk's calmed quite a bit from the rush of the daytime crowd, but couples still wander along, much as we are. But there's a certain stillness, a sense of calming down. The action is indoors, now, not outdoors, not where we are. And as for the quiet, there's the rolling waves in the distance, always turning and churning. The ocean doesn't care about the beach, it's a constant. One, I'd be tuning out after hearing it all day. But now I can hear it. The ever-present roar of the waves, the crescendo right before it crashes into the sand, the trickle of the sea foam floating back in the depths, and the cycle repeats. I can faintly feel the cold and crisp salt water in the air around me, the way the waves push it on shore. And before you know it, I realize we stopped moving. Here we are! But we're not really in front of any particular shop or business, it's just another general stretch of boardwalk. But before I can question him, Percy explains. I like to do this some nights, just walk. Walk until I find a place, an ordinary place. And then I feel what it's like to be here, in this place, in this moment. The breeze as it curls around me, the sounds of people, the sounds of distant traffic, of the rolling seas. Sometimes I wonder if this is what it's like to be a spirit, a wandering soul after we pass. Nothing as ghoulish as a haunting, no, just detached, floating and feeling the life around you as it passes along. To be within and without. But it's not a sad thought, oh no, because I am alive, and that means I have a full appreciation of this moment that a spirit might not. Percy sweeps his arm, gesturing to the crowd, which largely ignores us, to the boardwalk, to the beach, and the water.
It's my life advice to you. Be here now. In this place, in this moment. Drink it in. All those little details you might overlook in our rush to reach the future.
Wonderful advice, especially coming from Percy.
Despite being a retro gamer, I don't constantly gaze wistfully into the past. I've no future to speak of, so that's not a concern either. Me, I like the present. I live in the moment.
That's cool.
And in this moment, with you, I am at peace.
Yeah, I can feel it too, that peace. A boardwalk's meant to be a convenient and linear path to walk, to get to the place you want to go, but we're already where we want to be, here, with each other. I offer him a smile. I've often lived in the present too. I suppose I've lived too much in the past. Stay quiet. No, I'll say, I I suppose I've lived too much in the past. I suppose I've been mired in my past, specifically the various family catastrophes that define me.
Unpleasant memories.
Past performances I felt would be indicative of future results, always. Very analytical. As a maze runner, I can appreciate the pattern recognition, even if it's a bit of a depressing thought. Well, how about your future? Let's put aside my own future for the moment. What of yours? Where do you see yourself in 10 years, say? What is this, a job interview? Well, dating me is serious business, my good fellow. I'll need 3 letters of reference and your curriculum vitae. Shall we step into my office? Percy gestures to a bench on the edge of the boardwalk with a pivoting back that lets you face either the shops or overlook the waves. We choose the waves, naturally, before having a seat. Honestly, I'm simply curious. It's a way to get to know the real Hark, not just the charmer from the Funplex who found his way into my heart. Oh, the charmer. He called me the charmer. Okay. I try not to make plans that far out. Very much not me. Ruling a vast arcade empire with an iron fist. Right where I am. It's where I want to be. I try not to make plans that far out. That's very much not what I would say. Ruling a vast arcade empire with an iron fist. Right where I am. It's where I want to be. I haven't really given it much thought, but I think that's because I'm already where I want to be. I mean, if you'd asked me a year ago if I'd find happiness running an arcade, I'd look at you funny. But now? Well, look at me. Things are good. Funpalooza was a success. The arcade business is booming, and now I found love. What more could I want or need? There's a thing to be said for contentment, to be certain. So many are constantly needing more, more, more. They can't be happy with what they have. But if you're already happy, then more only adds to your existing joy. I lean against Percy's big old fuzzy self and we relax there on the bench. The sound of ocean waves, people walking by. It's calming. Even the little jokes we swap back and forth are calming in their own way. The future's far away. Right now, I'm where I want to be. And I as well. And I promise not to let my moopy quest detract from giving you the care and attention you desire.
Well,
truthfully, I've been wondering lately if it's even worth continuing that quest. With so few days left, I told myself I need to focus them to achieve my goal, to win the high score in my sister's honor. The idea made sense, but with the heart attack scare, and now with this new love in my life, maybe it's time to put aside childish things, accept that I'm simply not up to the task and may never be. Not until it's far too late.
rather unfortunate.
Accept being a failure and move on. I don't think you're being a failure. That's not being a failure. Don't think like that. You're not a failure. It might make sense to refocus your efforts. What do you think your sister would suggest? Don't think like that. You're not a failure. I cut him off from that line of thinking immediately. Percy, you're not a failure. Clearing a high score, or not, doesn't have to define you. You've already done so much with your life. You've raised money for charity. You took care of your sister in her hour of need. You made my world a better place. Whether you beat Moopy or not, you aren't a failure. I suppose those are noteworthy efforts, I'll bet with mixed success. Success doesn't mean something was or wasn't worth the effort. You care. You care enough to try, and that makes you a wonderful person in my book. And a well-written book it is. Well, perhaps I'll continue my Moopy adventure, win or lose, and accept the outcome, whatever it may be. If the effort is what matters, not the outcome, then abandoning ship simply because I might lose the game is no way to live. Hark? Yeah? I'd very much like to kiss you, if you allow it. He asked for permission! I'd very much like for you to kiss me too. A token gesture of appreciation, to be sure, for one as wonderful as you. Meager a pittance, really, but I'd very much like to kiss you all the same. This is so adorable, and I love it. Percy is, whatever little time we have with this man, 100% worth it. 100% worth it. Even if he ends up not waking up tomorrow morning, which of course I hope that is the case. He does wake up tomorrow morning. I hope he does. This was enough. This was enough. What say you? Absolutely. If you want, kiss him first. I'm being aggressive. I'm not wasting any time in the present. I am in the present, so I'm not wasting any time. Kiss him first. It's gallant of him, yes, but I choose to rather non-gallantly grab him by the cheeks and plant him, catching him by surprise, but he's certainly kissing back. His beard tickles a bit against my bare cheeks, but he's so warm and comfortable leaning into the kiss. There's only one way this moment could be any better. I break off the kiss and rise to my feet. Come on, sitting on a wooden bench is no way to spend the night like this. I'm told there's a 99.97% better place to kiss you than this, if you don't mind a stroll in the sands. Percy quirks an eyebrow, then rises to follow me. Aww. Oh. Iris is right. A moonlight seaside stroll, even better than the strange piece we found on that busy boardwalk.
I think I can honestly say that this is the loveliest view I have ever beheld. Is beheld even a word?
I won't complain if it isn't. Nor I. And suddenly, I break out into giggles. When we first met, you were just that whoopee guy. I just can't believe how lucky I am. Sand and romance. Prequel memes, you know. I just can't believe how lucky I am. I guess it just struck me all of a sudden how lucky I've been lately. Life's looking good, not just my career, but my emotional health, and now, my love life. I'm quite the catch, I'm told. My mum says so, anyway. But in all seriousness, I promise to do whatever I can to ensure your luck never runs out. For as long as I can. I mean. And on that unlucky day... Shh, we don't have to talk about that. We will eventually. But I suppose it doesn't have to be today. We have more days to come still. I love that Percy is not ignoring the fact, that he does have a timer. He's acknowledging it, but he's not letting it wear us down. I'm 100% on board with that, and I respect him for that.
I'll do everything I can to make your days lovely ones, for as many days as I'm able. On this, you have my word.
Aww. So sweet. And that's how Percy and I found each other. I'd called our lunchtime party the high water mark, one perfect moment in time, but I was wrong. This was it. And in difficult weeks ahead, I'd cling to that high water mark in hopes the wave would roll my way again. Level 5, Arcade of Spirits completed. So far you've scored 18,950 points. You're winning friends and influencing people. Oh, and pizza fact time, 3 of the top 10 weeks of pizza consumption occur in January. More pizza is consumed during the big game week than any other week of the year. That makes sense. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 6? Yes. I'm wondering how many levels are left. It feels like we're winding down. Nice. Hit the lever. Level 6. It's 20XX. It is the future year 20XX. Yeah, we are way up there with Percy. Way up there. And my dream has come true. Okay, let's be honest. If you asked me 2 months ago if my dream involved being the event coordinator at a video arcade, I would just stare at you kind of funny. Even now it sounds ridiculous. But it's true. I'm here, I'm successful, I'm happy. And this is my dream. Ever since Funpalooza, business has been booming. The Funplex is packed with players, day in, day out, kids, teens, and college crowd, the nostalgic ones looking for old games they remember. I run 3 events so far. We've started rotating our games out of storage and into play to keep things fresh. The high scoreboards are constantly shifting. In fact, things are going so well, Gavin's hinted that maybe we should start looking into a second location. A sister location. But this will always be home. No, Percy will always be home. For as long as he'll be around. Seeing the smiles of coworkers and gamers alike, watching my friends laugh and play in good spirits, that's working for me and it's bringing me joy in turn. I won't argue why. In fact, I barely understand why. I'm happy, and that's better than I've been in years of going with the flow. Going with the flow never brought me this much enjoyment. I'd say by this point, I've soundly broken the family curse. Maybe everything doesn't have to fall apart from under me. Maybe I can just be happy. Maybe this is where I'm meant to be. Sign here, please. Huh? A bicycle messenger nudges a slim envelope my way again, trying to catch my attention. I'm snapped out of my happy little trance immediately. Oh, right, no problem. After jotting down my signature, he drops off the envelope and heads right out of the door. No time for Moopy, or around a pinball it seems, deliveries to make. Curious, I open it up. Archangel, you are cordially invited to dine and discuss business matters at Deko's palace with CEO Deko Nami. Meeting time will be 7 in the evening sharp. You may bring a guest of your choosing. I know who I'm bringing. Free Royal Value Swipe card available for enjoyment of games prior to meeting. What? I read through it a few more times, trying to parse all the curlicues and swirls and swooshes, although that doesn't clear my confusion of the whole matter. Soon, Francine looks up from her knitting, curious about the letter as well, although she seems to already have an idea of what it says. I suppose it's about that time, isn't it? Huh?
Oh, dear.
Time for that fellow to make another attempt at wooing me. Double, huh? Rather at wooing my beloved Funplex. Let me guess, Deko Nami of Deko's Palace sent you a fancy invitation with all sorts of fancy writing. That's accurate, yes. It's not the first time. He invited my dear Frederick and I over in 1980X to talk about selling the Funplex, and we turned him down flat. Then in 1990X, when home game consoles were poised to take back the arcade crowd, he suggested we sell. We turned him down. Now it's 20XX and he's at it again. A gentleman would know when to quit, but he's got tenacity, and I can't fault him for that. Why would a big-time arcade operator like Deko Nami care that much about us? We're small-time. No offense. Come now, if anyone should be offended, it's you, calling yourself small-time. Hark, dear, you put in so much work to make my little arcade soar. I bet that's why he's knocking on our door again. We're thriving, and that's lured him back in. Like Gruyere cheese in a mousetrap. So wait, are we the cheese or the trap?
My, oh my.
It depends on how clever you are, my dear. Right, so I'm the cheese, although I prefer to be a nice mozzarella. Cheese types aside, do you want me to ignore the invite then? Oh heavens no. Contrary to what people say about the fellow, he's very much a man of his word. I always accept his invitation, always hear him out. It's only fair and proper. I thought he was like the arcade scene's greatest evildoer.
Let's be
That's
sensible.
a bit grandiose, no? Certainly plenty of rumors of his questionable methods abound, but that's all they are, rumors. Politeness should be met with politeness. That's how you conduct proper business, and that's what the Funplex is all about. Francine moves to rise from her seat near the ticket desk, but pauses, leaning heavily on the glass countertop while looking strained. I move to help, but she waves me away, and sits back down. Oh, don't worry about it, little old me. I just stood up too quickly, that's all. Just out of breath. But hark, I think it's best if you go in my stead. Me? Let's be serious now. These old bones aren't as spry as they once were, and I think you have a good time there. Well, an interesting time at any rate. I'll look my dapperest for the villainous gentleman. You can count on me, I'll represent the Funplex. Shouldn't Gavin go? He outranks me. I'll look my dapperest for the villainous gentleman. Then I shall don my Sunday's best to meet the mustache-twirling ruffian of the arcade legend with pride. Ha, it's not that upscale, dear. No matter what glitz Deko Nami favors, they still sell cheap beer by the pitcher and rarely scrape gum from under the tables. So, go there and turn him down. Got it. The slowness of response is a bit concerning. I trust you make the right decision for everyone. Which is not sell the Funplex, right?
I don't feel that's my call to me. Maybe you haven't noticed, but I spend most of my time at home these days. Or napping. Or napping at home. The Funplex isn't really about me. Not anymore. It's so much more than Francine's Arcade Funplex now. It's about you. It's about your co-workers. It's about all our regulars. You've made me realize that. And I'm thankful.
This is your dream as well as mine. Your kingdom is mine to rule. But seriously, I wasn't trying to take over your home, Francine. This is your dream as well as mine. You're the one that started this place, Francine. You had a dream of a place where people can have fun, relax, make friends. I feel like even entertaining the idea of selling it is, well, it feels wrong. Disrespectful to you and your dream. Oh, you're a peach, dear. But times are always changing, and I'm an old fuddy-duddy stuck in her ways. Maybe the time has come to change how the Funplex does things. We're almost back to the heyday of 1980X thanks to the changes you've made. So, I won't say you can't decide to sell. If it's a change you think we need, do it. Alright, I will consider it. I'm gonna go in, not having any, preconceived expectations, and just see what the offer is, and then go with my gut. Please keep an open mind. Francine sighs deeply, looking more tired than usual. It's only afternoon, and I'm already worn out. Haven't even done anything but sit here and knit all day. Knitting takes a lot of concentration. That's not nothing. If you're feeling pooped, you should take a few days off. Go home, get some rest. All the same, I'd rather come in for work tomorrow, even if there's little work for me to do. I love being here. This is my true home. And yet you want me to keep an open mind about this deal?
Like I've told you, life can be a difficult series of trade-offs. What I want and what should be are often different things. I'm relying on you to do right by everyone I love. If selling is in their best interest to keep this dream going, so be it. No matter what you decide. I'm proud of you. I knew there was something special about you when I hired you to replace my grandson. You are the brightest spirit at the Funplex. And while we may not be blood, I'm happy to consider you part of my family.
Thank you, Francine. You are a peach as well. You're the grandma I never had, Francine. Francine, you have my sincere thanks. Does that mean I can borrow the car, Mom? I'll defend the Funplex with my life. Wouldn't your real family object to that? You're the grandma I never had, Francine. I never knew my grandmothers, either of them. They died when I was really young. I did know my grandmothers, but they did die. Unfortunately, both my grandfather's mothers died within a year of each other when I was very young. I feel like you filled that role. You've become the grandmother I never had, Miss Francine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome home, Hark. You'll always be welcome here. With her deep sigh, Francine eases herself out of her chair. Now, I think I'll take your suggestion and head on home. Well, for today anyway. I'll be here bright and early in the morning to hear how things went with Mr. Nami. I know you'll make the right decision. Good night, Hark. Be well. Make the right decision. Okay. Nope, still not keen to sell at my dream. I'll try and leave my options open and hear him out. Arcades can't stagnate. Maybe change is inevitable. I'll try and leave my options open and hear him out. This is weird. Seriously weird. All this work, all this effort, finally finding my dream, as strange as that sounds, and I need to consider dumping it all? But, well, maybe it's not selling out. I haven't actually heard Deku Nami's proposal yet, and if we somehow could partner with him on our own terms, that might be what we need to push the Funplex over the top and placate a rival. We'd be the sister boutique to his department store. Still not willing to say one way or another. Not yet. We'll see. Now, who do I want to take as my +1? Hark! You want to come as my date? I'm your girl Friday, but I'm afraid you're not my type. My type being USB compatible, of course. I sense you're in a state of deep ponderance and wanted to help. You're thinking of who to take to the meeting? Yeah, I mean, Percy is the obvious choice. I'm sure he'd have some opinions on Deko's palace. True, as part of the Funplex family, Percy would be a good pick. But this is a business meeting. You may want to consider widening your options. Percy will support your decision either way. It's clear he trusts you. True. Okay, then. Gavin, he does business in a business-like way. Naomi, she can assess the quality of their games. Ashley, she's got a good eye for local culture. Queen Bee, she knows the gamer scene. Percy, he knows business and gaming in equal amounts. Teo, he understands arcade social communities. No. Percy all the way. He knows business and gaming in equal amounts. Percy's been taking it easy since his heart attack, only making a few passes through Moopy a day, relaxing and casually playing other games in between. I wave him over as he's walking away from the round of Donkey Kong.
Lovely day.
Hello, love. Lovely day, isn't it? Lovely indeed, although it's about to get a bit less lovely. I know you're not exactly an employee of the Funplex, even if you own a small slice of it in the form of Mr. Moopy's magic maze, but I could use your help. Deku Nami wants to meet with me to discuss a business venture, hopefully a mutually beneficial one, but who knows? I see. Rather serious, that. And you'd like to tap my business acumen to help assess whether he's serious or simply looking to scoop up a rival. Something like that, yeah. Very well. I shall put my best business face on, but I'd rather not wear a tie. If it's all the same to you. I'm going in my hoodie. I think you can skip ties. I just want to dress nicely in this game at some point. And to be fair, I dig Percy's casual look, but I would love to see him all cleaned up with a suit and tie at some point. I would love that at some point. I'll just go gather up my things, shall I? Don't make a big deal out of this. Don't make a big deal out of this. Don't make a big deal out of this. It would have been nice if we were romancing each other. It would have been really nice if there was some sort of like a kiss or anything of that nature that acknowledges that we're dating. That would have been really cool if I was the one who picked my significant other. That's the one thing that I kind of missed in that exchange. We go there, study how the place works, then make an informed decision. One way or another, the Funplex will be just fine. It's going to be fine. Everything is fine. Percy offers to drive us across town to Deco's palace. Contrary to the talk before, we don't exchange many words. I'm in deep thought, running through all the possibilities of what could happen, and I can't shake this feeling. Something is off. Even looking at the glowing neon temple in the distance, my stomach knots and I feel uneasy. When we finally pull up, a valet takes the car, and glitzy blinking lights blind our eyes. Hesitantly, I look over to Percy. That smile reassures me enough to continue onwards. This is for me, my friend. This is for me, my friends, and the Funplex. I got this. I pause momentarily, inhaling the cool air around me. Then open the door. Deco's palace. I've actually been here before. I think my 6th birthday party was here. I barely remember it, but I think I had fun, maybe? But on entering it as an adult, my first reaction is, okay. My first reaction is, boy, is that a weird smell. A mix of chicken grease, beer, and sweaty kids. My second reaction is, geez, is it noisy? Visually noisy and sound type noisy. All the chaos of a Vegas casino and jumble of lights and bells and whiz-bangs. Once we acclimate to the new environment, we're escorted in and given VIP royal value swipe cards. No tokens, no quarters, just a card of indeterminate points to spend. So this is very much like Dave & Buster's. We've got a little over an hour to kill before the meeting. Time to see what's what at the palace. Can't say I care much for the atmosphere of this place. It's hardly cozy, is it? I know I say I play my best in the chaos and noise of an authentic arcade, but this feels skewed in all different directions. It's a bit too intense. He does seem pretty uneasy ever since stepping through the doors. Is this, safe for you with your condition? Suck it up, Percy. You've got work to do. You can head back. You can head back if you want, I understand. Is this, safe with your condition? I don't like any of these. I don't want to treat him like a piece of glass. But I also don't want to be suck it up, Percy. These are both like treating it like a piece of glass, so I'm just gonna use the heart, the friendly one. Percy, you doing okay? Your heart. You only got out of the hospital a few weeks ago. Oh, Tosh, I'm fine. I doubt Deco's palace can carve a few months off what's left of my lifespan. I'd be more worried if Francine came along. You've noticed, haven't you? She's getting worse. Yeah, I've noticed. Probably for the best that we're here in her stead. We'll do right by her, love. No worries. I suggest we split up, roam around a bit, scout it out. I'll study the games. You're welcome to join me. If not, I'll rejoin you later. Why wouldn't I join my boyfriend? We have limited amount of time. I'm going to want to be attached to you as much as I can. Okay, some time to kill, but not that much time to kill. I'll need to be choosy. What do I want to check out while waiting for my dinner date with Destiny? Let's get a drink. I'm thirsty as heck. I want to see what sort of games they have. Sounds like a tournament is going on. Let's watch. Let's get a drink. I'm thirsty as heck. I know I've got a big old dinner coming soon, but this place is sucking the moisture out of my body somehow. I sidle up to the bar, looking to wet my whistle, and maybe get a snack too. A fairly bored-looking bartender notices my approach and puts on a fake smile for my benefit. Welcome to Deco's Palace. How may I help you? Alcohol will require proof of identification. Rattled off in an even monotone by someone who gave up caring years ago. I enjoy a beer as much as the next guy, but I think I'll stay stone cold sober before butting heads with Deco Nami. Yeah, hi, can I get a diet soda and some fries? Uh-huh. Okay.